The jointing of gemstone is very similar to that of solid surface worktops. Cutting using a router with a PCD cutter is performed by plunging in the usual way. Machining of the worktop to accept connecting bolts and slotting for biscuit joints is also done as usual. If a dry fit leaves a gap, use sandpaper to remove any chipboard ragging, taking care to keep away from the sharp edge. Before applying adhesive to the joints, carefully apply a strip of fibre tape along each edge to be glued, leaving a 2mm gap. A two-part seam adhesive is used to join the parts together. The two-part mix needs to be purged so that the hardener and the resin come through the nozzle at the same rate. The curing time of the adhesive is dependent upon ambient temperature, but will normally be set in about 10 to 20 minutes. Failure to clean the joint might result in an unsightly brown line appearing in the finished joint. Carefully clean all of the surfaces to be joined using denatured alcohol. Apply the adhesive in a long bead to all surfaces, into any biscuit joints, and also making sure that the bead of adhesive runs down into the joint. Push together and check for a good squeeze out to help create a discrete joint. The fibre tape that was applied will create a small fillet of adhesive that can easily be removed when the joint is dry. Check that the joint is flat and that there are no raised sections by feeling the joint. If the joint requires levelling, use a rubber face mallet to lower or raise the work surface as needed. When flat, tighten the jointing bolts and remove the fibre tape. Wait for the joint to dry. Don't be tempted to wipe away any further excess adhesive. When the new joint is completely dry, the small bead of excess adhesive is removed by sanding with the orbital sander, going up through the grits, starting at 150, then 180, then 240, moving on to 400 and finally finishing with a 600 grit. To complete the installation, all work surfaces have to be thoroughly cleaned with denatured alcohol, left to dry, and 2 coats of sealant applied to the surface, buffing between coats.